morning. Welcome to Casa TexPina. We're on build day number 25. Guys are continuing to work on the foundation walls this morning. They're also pulling off the forms from the grade beam pours that they did yesterday. We'll take a look at those here shortly. See, they're also digging out some of the foundation walls that are still to be located yet in the master suite, and also at the powder room on the hallway area next to the guest rooms. So they're working on those today. As anything else comes up, we'll take a look at it. So let's go see what they're doing. So the guys here are locating the remaining walls that are inside the master suite. So this will be the wall that separates the master closet from the master bath. Then a little further up where the water closet is located at, the entrance into the master bath, and then the wall separating the bath from the master's room as well. So that's probably going to take them a little while this morning, and then they'll keep digging. Once they get those located, they'll dig those out to depth and build back up with foundation wall, the concrete hollow blocks. Get ready for grade beams, and that'll probably take them today and tomorrow. They seem to be very quick with the digging. Mr. Orley over here, our steel man, is continuing to bend a lot of rebar. We need more C-bars and stirrups, so he's continually working on those. Gentleman over here on the end, around the mother-in-law's suite that they poured the grade beams on yesterday. They're still pulling the forms off of those areas. Not too bad. Looks good from here at initial look. So we'll take a look. The gentleman in the middle is still digging out where the half bath will be in the hallway for the guest rooms. That's a half bath that everybody's going to use. They have their own jack and jill between the two bedrooms. All right. Mr. Jericho there is putting the G1 gravel at the base of the foundation walls that they dug yesterday. So they'll keep working that, and they'll build that foundation wall up later this morning as well. Pulling off the form from the column next to, between the living room and the back porch. Got a lot of honeycombs. You notice it's in layers. This is supposed to be one of the strongest ones because it supports the attic on the second floor. We'll see what they do with it. So the guys are backfilling the mother-in-law's suite. They're also relocating the forms for the grade beams from what they pulled off from yesterday to another area. This is the area around the back of the garage and the jack and jill bathroom between bedrooms 2 and 3. So those may get poured this afternoon. So one of our young masons is going to do a patch repair on the column. Walk you around to the other side real quick. What they're going to do is make a mortar mix and patch all the honeycombs before it gets buried. This is one of the important columns. It does support the weight from the second floor, mainly just the attic space, but it is a concrete floor that it's supporting. So he's going to mix his own concrete, mix his own mortar mix, and patch the honeycombs. This is our young journeyman, our young mason, Mr. Jericho. He's going to do a patch repair on the honeycombs that were on this column. This is the same method that they use for plastering between the hollow block when they're done. So I'll spread it on, get it, so it goes ahead and fills in the holes, fills in the gaps from the honeycomb. Typical construction for here in the Philippines. It is easy to put a little cement mix. This is basically just sand and cement and water, so it's basically just mortar going right back in. So a little bit of rod and tamping on the outside with a hammer will alleviate some of this during the way forward. So they'll start implementing that on future pours as they put concrete in. They'll tamp it on the outside and rod it from the top to try to get it in all the way without segregating. Finished up with the patch on this side. Looks a good patch for here. We'll let that dry for a couple hours before they backfill with some more dirt. Very minor honeycomb on this side. Looked like it was primarily on the other side of the column that had the bad problem with the honeycombs. So this side looks good. Just a little minor patch job. Fill in the holes. Get a little bit more cement paste in so it'll all bond while it's still wet, moist, still curing, and it'll all cure together. Okay, the guys have been digging for a little while. See some more of the locations where the walls are going to be. This wall here is going to separate the master bedroom from the master bath. This little jaunt right here is where the water closet's going to be inside the bathroom. So the water closet's going to be from this wall to, I'm not sure if you can quite see it, there's an orange string that goes from the center of this column and it goes out a little ways. So those two are going to intersect. There'll be a door in this area, so it'll be just the toilet in that room. And then about halfway up will be a sink or a lavatory for me. There'll be the door, and then down the other side is going to be Emie's lavatory and her vanity area. So on the other side of this is going to be, okay, so from this side is going to be a whirlpool tub. We're putting a bit large tub here, and then in the corner here is going to be a stand-up shower, a stand-up walk-in shower. Doorway is going to be about where Mr. Pablo is at, where he's digging, and then the rest is closet space, big large walk-in closet. What Mr. Wilson's working on here is placing the forms for the column. When it gets done, it'll look like this. So put form on this side, put a form on that side, and then they just use the hollow block as the forms for the ends, and they'll pour it up to the bottom of the grade beam here, and they'll pull the forms off tomorrow. This area here, they're continuing to build the forms for the grade beams, working those around. And Mr. Loy here in the purple shirt is carrying backfill from where they had dug it out of for the foundation walls, and we're starting to put it back in. Then the Mr. Foreman here, Mr. Marlin, is watering down the backfill so that it will go ahead and compact on into the locations of the void, fill the voids below. Guys are still working on the master suite, digging out the walls. Gentlemen here in the front are still building the forms for the grade beams. This is around bedroom number 3. And Mr. Diego is still digging around the half bath in the hallway. Surprise, surprise, come back from lunch and we've got more hollow block. This looks like a very full load. Looks like we're still getting 6-inch. If I had to guess, I'm thinking 5,000 blocks. Let's see how many we got. Ilan pogi? Huh? 2.5? 6-inch. 6-inch? We'll come back and check on them later. Yep. Guys are still backfilling, still building forms for the grade beams. Putting up form for a column next to the master suite. So we got this one in the corner, this one on the intersection between the office and the master's closet. Mr. Pablo's still digging, as is young Jericho and Justin. Mr. Diego's still digging walls.
He didn't stop.
Nah?
He didn't stop.
He didn't stop yet?
Treasure.
Ah, we're still looking for Yamashita's treasure in here?
Maybe.
Do you think it's here?
Yeah, maybe have.
Oh, I heard it's in a cave in Baguio.
Before World War II, we came to Death March here, no?
Oh yeah, the Bataan, eh?
Yes.
Bataan Death March. Yeah, that did come through here. Looks like we're still unloading hollow blocks. We're about a third of the way done. Whew, dusty over here. And the guys are also pouring concrete. Let's find out where they're pouring concrete at. So they're putting concrete in the column here. Yes, so it looks like they just started. Make sure these guys get a small hammer and tap the sides. Guys are still digging. Still digging. No gold yet? No gold? We're also pouring grade beams and columns around the Jack and Jill bathroom and bedroom number 3. A little earlier they also poured the 2 columns adjacent to between the office and the master's closet. So the guys finished delivering another 2,500 hollow blocks. These are the 6-inch versions at 350 psi. These should be fully cured, but I'm sure our guys will keep putting water on them on a regular basis. Mr. Wilson still working on forming up this column. Mr. Pablo still digging trenches between the master bath and the master closet. And Mr. Justin and Mr. Jericho still working on digging spaces between the water closet, the master bath, and the master bedroom. Almost there. Alright, we're going to do a walk around and kind of synopsize what was done today. We first got in this morning. They removed all the forms from the mother-in-law's quarters. That was completed early on, and they moved those forms and put them over on the area by the bedroom number 3 and the Jack and Jill bathroom. So these areas got formed up this morning, and this afternoon they poured the concrete for a couple of the columns and the grade beams, as well as they continued digging out the foundation walls. This area is in the hallway going to the second and third bedroom, as well as the half bath in the hallway. So they're still got a little bit of work to do here, and they'll work on that tomorrow. They did finish up putting in the rebar for the foundation wall around the kitchen area. And between the breakfast nook and the dirty kitchen. What they also did was mixed some more pesticide and put it in the bottom as additional coverage for termite control. Okay, we noticed this morning they had some honeycombing when they pulled the column, the forms off of this particular column. Let's see if I can give you a little bit of shade. Okay, and then we had one of the masons come through and do a patch repair, which they did with some of the mortar cement. Pushed it in as much as they could. Okay, we formed up a couple more columns. So these are the ones around the office. This particular one, the one in the corner, and here. So the office, the columns around the office are all secured. They will come back through within the next couple days as they continue working the grade beam on their way around, and this the grade beam will be done. Also in the master suite area, they've been digging out the foundation walls for the individual rooms within the master suite. So we've got the master closet, the master bath, and then up here is the room in this area where all the bricks are at. Also, this one big chunk of dirt that's left here is where the water closet's going to go. So the toilet will have its own small room for a little bit of privacy. So that's where that section's going to go. And that's a wrap up also for Casa TexPina build day number 25. If you like what you saw today, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to see more of these videos, hit the subscribe button or the Casa TexPina star in the bottom right hand corner. To be notified when our next video becomes available, click on the bell icon just below the view screen, and you'll be notified when our next video is available for your viewing pleasure. So until then, have a great afternoon and God bless. Thank you for watching. If you liked today's video, please hit like, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon to be notified when our next video becomes available.